Hello Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. Please do remember to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new and like my style of reading. I would appreciate it. I am trying to grow this channel in 2024. That's my goal. So let's do it for Aries. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. A desire to learn something, to maybe better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate for you, that's totally fine. Please do push them aside. Maybe assume they're going out to someone else who needs to hear it, and be open to the fact that it might just resonate for you in the future as well. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is optional advice, guidance, and an energy check-in. We're going to set the intention to get Aries, the zodiac sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, some helpful, clear messages that's going to help guide them on their path. Here we go for Aries. So it's showing up in the past. Ooh, you have the Soulmates and the Magician. All right, so maybe working on manifestations of a partnership. It could also quite literally be like the planning of a wedding or planning about a move-in together, something with a soulmate or a very strong partnership. You can always choose to view this through the lens of like a business partnership. You know, typically they tend to swing in the love direction. A lot of people watch tarot for that. So I will, you know, read what the cards tell me, and you can kind of put it into context if it makes sense for you. Yeah, I love it. So in terms of the long-term impact or implications of the recent past, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, this is like put a ring on it. This is like build something big that is lasting and long and into the future. It seems like you may have found like a really strong soulmate connection, or again, it could be a very lucrative financial business partnership, connecting with a client that's going to serve you in many ways in the future. But I mean, for most of you, it kind of feels like it could be love. Very peaceful. It brings you a lot of peace, Aries. Maybe something with a fellow Aries, a Libra, a Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn. We'll see. All right, so then what is Aries emotions? What's going on in the emotions for Aries? What best describes the emotions Aries is feeling? You're feeling at peace. You're feeling like you're ready to get into a contract. You're ready to merge with this person. It seems like you're on the same page. There's equal insight, equal values, equal amounts of effort, time, energy being put into this, and like things are balanced, things are good. You're like, I don't think you're second guessing this at all. I don't think you're questioning it. It's like it's meant to be. It feels like it was written in the stars. And what's going on in Aries plans, their mental sector? Yeah, the Knight of Cups. Yeah, an emotional offer, being vulnerable, being real, being your authentic self in terms of what you are feeling. So maybe for some of you, you're stepping up your game in terms of sharing more with your person about what's going on in your heart space and, you know, the feeling sector, right? It's coming up though in sort of the mental sector. So either it can be, you know, making plans to express some sort of heartfelt emotion or some sort of heartfelt offer. It could also be, because it's, you know, mental sector, Mercury type stuff. It could be that, you know, you're vocalizing it, you're verbalizing it, right? You're speaking your authentic truth, and with that, there's a lot of depth, there's a lot of emotion, and I think, and given the spread, I feel comfortable saying this in a positive way. There's kind of like a hopeless romantic aspect to you right now. Only it's not hopeless. It's very much grounded in reality, but it has that kind of butterflies and like, I'm so excited to be with this person, and I can't believe I found my person. Like, that's what this feels like. Ooh, look at that. Those popped out. So the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. I'm not sure if this is a separate message entirely. The Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. I feel like you have your eyes on the prize and you want to go for it. This, you know, the Knight of Wands could be you. The gender isn't so much of significance to me as a reader, because I think it can go both ways. But the Knight of Wands is fun, adventurous, playful. Again, it's that fiery energy, similar to the Aries energy. It's more Sagittarian, but wanting to go on adventures, wanting to explore, you know, up for a good time. They're very curious. It's a very curious sign. And then the Nine of Cups, it's like, it's just there. It's just chilling. It's like, I'm all good. But with that, there isn't like a coldness or a turning away from people who approach. It's like, I'm sort of getting like, I've been here this whole time. It just, like, you just had to decide that you wanted to come towards me. I'm hearing different words like dangle. It's almost like the universe was dangling this idea of a wish or a partner in front of you. And so for some of you, this person has kind of been in your life for a bit. It's just maybe it took you some time to realize that you had feelings for them. Or for some of you, it's like you thought they were out of your league. And so you wrote it off as, oh, well, you know, they would never be interested in me. That's about to change. Some of you are coming in with some sort of proposal or asking them out. Some of you are asking to move in together or get married, or like there's big things going on. And yeah, I mean, the more I read for I think I've said this to you before, but the more I read for the Nine of Cups, it really is about our own independent emotional fulfillment, because when we're able to fill our own cup of happiness, right? I'm speaking in wild metaphor here, but you know, cups, emotions, feelings, happiness, joy. When we're able to do that for ourselves, we're able to find people who are able to do that for themselves, and then you can come together, Ten of Cups style, and be like a kick-ass couple, where no one is necessarily lacking in the self-love. And you know, no one's ever perfect, right? It's not to say that, you know, you always have to be doing self-work and that you're never going to be ready for a relationship, because that's a twisted way of looking at things too. But yeah, it's like people glow differently when they're practicing self-love. They show up in the world and they're just like a beam of light, and that's how I see this. And not that it's a competition. I got to be careful when I say that to Aries though, right? Not that it's a competition or a race or anything, but I think this person fell into their own rhythm of practicing self-love maybe a little bit sooner than you. And that's why maybe for you, Aries, there was this, ooh, I don't know if I deserve that. Like, that seems unreachable. That seems untouchable, because like they got a vibe going on. And like there was sort of an intimidation. It's like they seem to have it all together. Their life looks really perfect. That's not the case. I mean, it never is, right? But your perception of what was going on wasn't necessarily accurate and true. But I will say, in some ways, it feels like a karmic connection, because whether you realized it or not, seeing somebody else living, breathing happiness, you know, living their truth, being their authentic self, I think without you necessarily realizing, oh, I'm going to marry this person, you kind of saw that, and there was a reaction in you of, ooh, like I kind of want to feel that way too about my own life and my own stuff. And so I think maybe you got sent down a path, like a side route, to kind of go do your own thing for a bit, you know, strengthen that muscle of self-love, and then come back at this and realizing like, oh, like I'm completely worthy of this, and completely, you know, you guys are equal. Again, there's balance here. Nobody has one leg up on the other person, but I think you didn't always view it as that. This is actually like a really cool reading. This is a really cool reading. So I'm going to take that. I was going to read for what is holding you back. And I think at one point in time, that's what it was, that you weren't necessarily, I think you needed to raise the bar, Aries. I think you were settling for less than you deserved. I think you were attracting people who didn't necessarily practice or have a strength in terms of their own self-love and their own self-reliancy and their own independence. Or I don't know. I just feel like maybe you had a few swings and a miss. And that wasn't your fault. Again, it's like your vibe attracts your tribe. So I think it was pointing out something in you where maybe you were settling for less than you deserved. And so there's someone entering your life or who is currently in your life where, again, I don't think they're brand new. I have to say, I don't think this is a complete stranger, even if you've never dated before or had any sort of chemistry. Someone in your life who like you would remember though, like maybe you're friends on Facebook, maybe you met that one time at the, you know, the office Christmas party or whatever it is. They're coming back in your life, and like this is huge potential for growth. I absolutely love this. Yeah, this is like wish fulfillment. And okay, so I just heard, like, were they flirting with me? This is someone a lot of you maybe met a few years ago or several years ago, and it was at a time in life where maybe you were just kind of stuck in a rut. But like if you did in fact interact with this person, or they left you a comment on your Facebook page, or I don't know what the context was, you had this moment of like, are they flirting with me? But you're like, no, that couldn't have been. That could, like, you wrote it off immediately because like they would never be interested in me. They were. You were, like, your instincts were correct, your intuition was correct, but you were writing it off because the logic got involved, and you were just like, oh well, no, there's no way. Again, because the emotions weren't being made clear. It was just like the surface level stuff though, you were able, like very Mars energy, you were able to kind of like penetrate more deeply and be like, no, there's something there. I think, were they flirting with me? No, they couldn't have been. And then you moved on, and like you never thought you'd see this person again, and surprise, there they are. It might be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, so what will help Aries move forward? Ooh, my bottle just popped out of nowhere. I had like a little fizzy seltzer thing going. It just pop. I feel like that means like chemistry or popping the champagne. That felt kind of like magic when that happens. I don't know. I read into everything. Everything's a sign. All right, so what will help Aries move forward? What is their best action, advice, guidance card? What do they need to embrace? How do they find their willpower? If anything needs to be, yeah, thank you. The Three of Cups, reunion. And I think there's a recognition of like how amazing and incredible you are. To me, this Three of Cups, it seems like you are in a vibration where you are magnetic right now. Like you're attracting a lot of attention and a lot of eyes, and like I just kind of get like flirty vibes with this. It's like people looking at you like, oh damn. Men and women alike, there's something very impressive about you, and it's like you shine differently when you love yourself. When you enter a room and you're practicing self-love, and you're comfortable and safe in your own body and your own skin and your own vessel, however you want to say it. It shows. There's like a glow about you that I think maybe you haven't felt that way in a while. And so the work you've been doing to establish your own stability, not just in terms of money, yes, of course, that's important too with the Queen of Pentacles, but your own stability, and I'm hearing the word like comfort within who you are and what you like and what you don't like, and not necessarily feeling like you have to mold to fit other people's expectations, loving who you are, faults and all, celebrating, your messy chaoticness, but also celebrating like your amazing talent, skills, good qualities, etc. I don't know why it's coming up in your action card, but I'm sort of being told to relay like you got it going on and people are noticing. So if you do kind of have a hunch about who this is and you're contemplating like approaching them with some sort of asking them out or a love offer, I don't think you have any reason not to hold back. I'm typically a one to say, well, what's the worst that could happen? They reject you and you move on. But like, I don't even want to say that because I don't think you're going to get rejected. I don't mean to blow this out of the water or blow it out of proportion, but you have people waiting in line to be with you. That's what I get from this Three of Cups. So I think you need to be decisive in terms of knowing who and what you want. And if you're meeting up with people and the traits and qualities aren't there from the get-go, I feel ambivalent about this message, but it's almost like you need to make sure you're not wasting your time or their time, because I think you've raised the bar and you have very high standards. So make sure that you're not falling back into old patterns of behavior where it feels good to have like the ego stroked and have somebody say all these kind, wonderful things. But like, if it's not there for you, it's like, I'm almost getting, it's like they're really pretty, but they're kind of dumb. It's like, well, don't waste your time then, right? And I know that sounds a little bit harsh and mean, but I think you guys understand what I mean. It's like, you have a much more clearer vision of who your quote unquote long-term person is. So even though you may have like a frenzy of people wanting to date you or be with you, I think you need to be discriminatory and selective and make sure that you are choosing people who have like the bare minimum qualities of what you want. Or really more than that. I'm sorry, I'm not being eloquent here, but I'm trying to phrase it in a better way. I hope you understand what I mean. I think maybe you may have to be a little bit patient, Queen of Pentacles energy, knowing that your vibe is going to attract the right one, but it might almost be like a test from the universe to sort through options that you would have settled for. I think that's what it is, because those options are still presenting because it's like you left a lasting impression on them. But I think you know what you deserve at this point. So like, don't fall into old habits of, I don't know, being with someone just because you want to feel needed. Do you understand what I mean? I'm just getting, you're going to have to weed out the pack. You're going to have to sort through like especially maybe this is like dating app type stuff. Like there's people that like, they're always going to be pretty, but if there's no substance there, then it's not for you. There needs to be sustenance, something that's good for you. Yeah. And also, I think this is important too. Don't fall in love with people's potential. Fall in love with who they are. Yeah, that hit. I can feel some of you like, yep, I've done that before. I think we all have, right? Yeah. All right. Anything else for Aries action card here? The King of Swords. Yeah, absolutely. Be selective, be decisive, separate, what is that? It's like some old timey expression. Separate the wheat from the chaff. Is that, I don't know. You know what I mean. They're like the right one will stand out because of their unique beauty, whatever that means to you. There's a unique beauty. There's maybe something a little bit peculiar, a little bit unusual, a little bit bizarre about them, but there's like mad attraction. It might be an air sign. It might be, especially a male air sign for those who are interested in males, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There could also be a female earth sign involved here too. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I also have I have a little bit of everything. I have water signs, and so whatever. I can't put too much stock in the sign because I have them all. Let's see. So what are we doing now? What is Aries' hopes and desires from this scenario? Some of you are absolutely planning a wedding. Like I see this as like planning the venue, planning the wedding party, the bridesmaids, having to write the vows, get the officiant or the, whatever. Some of you are like, let's just elope. It'll just be easier. Let's do, but it's almost coming in and like the what's holding you back. It's like, it might be worth going through the trouble to make this milestone a very nice thing, even though there may be like little frustrations and delays along the way. I think it's like, do it right, do it proper, because it's almost, it's like setting the intention in the universe that this is important enough to make like a big deal out of it. It's not just like your average whatever, you know, one and done hookup culture, you know, fill in the blank, hit it and quit it. Like this, there's legacy here. This has a lasting impact, Aries. All right, hopes and desires for Aries. What are they hoping to get out of this? Hopes, desires, wishes. Thank you. The Two of Swords. Yeah, it's like, this is my person and I'm going to hold on to them. I don't typically get that with the Two of Swords, but it's like, you're going to protect this with everything that you have because you know, like, you don't want to let this go. Aries, this is so romantic and adorable. And I almost take this as, too, someone who's very protective of their heart, but I almost see this as, like, I found that person who again, like I found my soulmate, I found that person who I want to be with. And so like my heart is off limits to everybody else now. Like this is it. Like I'm like almost, okay, it's like I'm taking myself off the market. That's sort of how I view this Two of Swords, because again, with the Libra energy here, it's like I am perfectly imbalanced. There's something very balanced and pleasing and calming and peaceful about this relationship. And like nothing is going to get in the way of that. Like I am silencing everything external to that. Like this is my truth and this is what I believe in. And for some of you, it's that you're manifesting this if it is not part of your life yet. But I mean, this is fantastic. This is a fantastic reading. So I hope it does resonate for a lot of you. What is the outcome? Stop that. You just got the 10 of Cups. Look how pretty that is. Maybe some of you are going to Hawaii, doing sunsets on the beach, living your best life. Aries, I'm so happy for you. I hope this is your reading. I hope this is your reading. I feel like there's 2 cards here, but there isn't. It's just like, I don't know. Is that symbolic of something? No, they're one. They've joined forces. They're just one. Love it. I love it. And then the 3 of Coins, it's, yeah, building a future together. 10 of Cups, we're gonna leave it there. So I'm using this oracle. It's new, so we're gonna feel it out together and see if we like it. It's called Fearless, Fight Like a Girl, which I actually thought was going to be very appropriate for Aries season, right? But we're not there yet. We're in Capricorn season. I feel like that kind of encourages us to lean into our inner strength, right? Saturn energy can be challenging and trying at times, so I don't know. We'll see. I hope this resonates for your reading. This energy in your reading feels lovely. Oh, that came right out. Thank you. I was gonna say, so I'm hoping that I'm hoping that's mirrored in the oracle, but we'll take whatever we think the universe wants to tell Aries. Let's see. Is that 42 or 12? I can't tell. The rewilding fight. Let's see. Yeah, it must be 42. Okay. These are short and sweet, so. Is that it? Nope. Oh dear, I've lost myself here. 12? The wandering fight. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but like I can't tell if that's a 4 or a 12. Like it's kind of like weird text. I think it's a 4. The rewilding fight. 42. Let's try this again. Is that it? There it is. Okay, sorry about that, Aries. the text was throwing me off. Okay. What skin are you in? Are you currently wearing the people-pleasing skin of approval or your soul skin, the wild, natural pelt of self-acceptance? To reclaim your soul skin and the current legend you're living, you must let go of good girl pelt you were raised to wear. This means getting comfortable with letting people have their own ideas about who you are so that you can develop the freedom to be what is most natural to you. Toss off all that no longer fits you. Explore the places where your soul feels most at home. Let go of old demands you put yourself under to be the good girl and good friends, the good daughter, the good wife, the good mother, etc. Shed the pelt of expectation, demands, and approval, including your own. The fierce creature you are becoming could cost relationships, space, comfort, security, and convenience. Choose her over everything else. Interesting. Kind of like that tiger. That might be symbolic for some of you, like Year of the Tiger, or that might be a totem or something with a, I don't know, something with a cat, or I don't know. The tiger feels significant there, but I'm not sure what to do with it. And then we'll give you a self-care oracle for Aries. Self-care oracle. What does Aries need to hear? Something else that would be helpful for Aries in this reading and this spread. Self-care oracle. 30-day challenge. Force yourself to do something new for 30 days to form a new habit. That feels very Capricorn, right? The ruler of time and schedules and agenda. But also, I don't know why I'm getting this. There's something about like planning a wedding or planning an event, and maybe it has nothing to do with a relationship. Maybe you're planning something at work and it's like taxing and trying on your time and your energy and your effort. But I think you need to persist and work your way through it. Like, I'm hearing the word patience. So, you know, Aries energy can be a little bit impatient. Like, there is a need to kind of like buckle down and finish it. And it's going to feel amazing. So this 30-day challenge may be saying, like, in a more metaphoric way, like, this task and obstacle, like, you're going to get through it, but it may take a little bit longer than you think. So like in 30 days, you'll be done. Like, envision yourself reaching the goal line, reaching the goalpost, the end game, however you want to say it. Like, you'll get through it, but it's like there's something important in the process of like the planning and the scheduling. I hope that makes sense to some of you. All right, Aries, that's what I got. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Again, I'm trying to grow this channel, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, that would be amazing. I would appreciate it. Like the video, leave a comment, book a personal reading. Otherwise, I will see you very soon for more tarot.